until the machines take over. This thing will come after you, but there's no person that you're.
As we progress in technology, what types of things in golf do you think can be automated?
Number one, I want this for the Jades in our life. All the people that magically find their ball, all the people that maybe fudge a little bit here and there. And I want to have the option to turn this off or on. I want automatic score counters. I want something to truly keep track of our score for when we're playing money. You don't have somebody hitting it into the woods on the far side of the fairway from your ball and then saying they magically found it. And you have no idea if they truly found it or not. I want something. I don't know what that is.
So what do you mean by a shot counter? If someone finds a ball that you don't think is theirs.
Yeah, if they find a ball that's not theirs, it knows. It knows it's not theirs. Or they find it and it's just barely OB and they tap it back in.
And they have that. However, I've heard it's junk.
Like the ball is shitty?
Yes.
Or the
technology on your phone is shitty too, because it'll tell, it's like a GPS. It'll tell you where your ball's at.
Okay.
But it's not to where it needs to be. So eventually, yes, I would agree.
Because I need this for when we are playing, and this will help too with cheaters and scrambles, right? Like I need this for when we play games for money, because I don't want to have that like, oh, that's not his fucking ball, because I don't want it to be his ball. Then I'm just a grumpy dick. But then you have the option to turn that off if it's just a casual Saturday round and you don't actually give a shit. Turn it off. I don't care if you're taking a foot wedge. I don't care if you're pulling it in from out of bounds. I don't care if you found a ball and you decide to play it.
Well, and I don't even think it's an on-off. I think it's just you program it into like the screen of your golf cart, or you just don't program it, in which then not going to track it. I think as something like this becomes more mainstream with like the GPS trackers inside of a ball, like if you lose a ball, for instance, you're in the pond, you're middle of the pond. Okay, well that ball's gone. However, it's mainstream enough. It's like TVs and how the price of TVs has dropped.
Yep.
Something like that would be like, it's just a $6 golf ball now. Yep. I mean, you hit Pro V1s, there's a $5 golf ball in the lake. You grab a new ball, you reprogram it into the system, and then your shots continue to count with that ball.
Yes.
So I do think something like that will come along the way. Now, golf ball manufacturers they're not going to be happy because the amount of balls being lost is going to decrease by a lot. Imagine this ball is like $100 golf ball, and someone's technology just like flares out on them, and they can't find it, and then you're looking for balls on your round, and you come across a GPS ball.
Yeah,
it's like the holy grail of finding a ball in the woods or in the fescue or wherever, and it's like doesn't even matter how the rest of the round went. It's like finding a Pro V1 these days. I just found the GPS tracker.
Yeah, I do think this technology is going to be really hard to do, because the more tech you put in a ball, the shittier that ball is going to be.
Yeah, I think they can figure it out, though.
Right. I think golf has come a long ways since it started.
Well, I think
it can get there.
And I think the clubs can play a role in that as well.
Yeah. Why not this? When we hit on the simulator, it immediately knows where our ball is going to go. Why can't we have some sort of launch monitor situation or something like the simulator that immediately knows where your ball should go on the tee box? So then you get it on the screen in your cart. It tells you like your ball should be here.
It could like even factor in with like the weather, like your weather app, like take into account wind and all that stuff.
Right.
And like factor in your club speed and all that stuff from the face of your driver. Like, I don't see it out as much of a reach. You could totally do that.
So here's what happens. The launch monitor is somehow implemented into the golf cart. You either put behind or to the side of you. So on these golf courses, you have a designated spot on the tee box specifically. Like if it's in the fairway, you can roll up to whatever side you want.
Yep.
But on the tee box, you maybe pull up behind the tee box, right? And the simulator screen, if you will, on an actual golf course is a screen in a golf cart.
Yes.
A lot of courses are up in their golf cart game now to where they got the GPS screens. So your buddies can sit in the cart while you're hitting, and they can see exactly or really close where your ball is going on the actual course.
Right. And like think about whoever
I think that's more realistic than GPS in the ball.
Yeah.
I think having built-in launch monitors on golf carts would be unbelievable.
You wouldn't lose anything because like you would know, you'd have number one, you have a very close idea where the ball is from the launch monitor. Number two, you're watching it. The guy that's hitting the ball isn't looking at the monitor. He's looking at the ball. So he already has the line. He has the general idea. And then if you look at the screen, your partner's like, yeah, it should be right up by this tree. And you're going to be within a 10-foot range of that ball.
Or you can sync it up with your phone.
Yeah.
If you're not into riding and you're going to walk, you can have your phone on your push cart. You can have your launch monitor next to you. It's just a small, because everything compacts, right? The iPhone, the computer.
Yeah, how long?
The iPhone it's all compacted now. It's how small can we get these things? The launch monitor can be shrunken down, and you can literally play simulator golf out in the open and know exactly where your ball
We're
went.
combining the two best things of golf. One, being outside, and two, the simulator.
My automation for golf in the future is automated range ball pickers. So
Okay.
instead of having someone hop out into the cart and people, pegging balls, which is a lot of fun, don't get me wrong,
Yes.
but a lot of courses and facilities get pissed off
Well,
at that.
because there's real people in there.
I mean, they made the Roomba for vacuuming people's houses.
Yes.
Why can they not just make an R2D2 type of
Yes.
They got
deal.
ones that mow the lawns.
They got ones
Dude,
that
they do have lawn Roombas.
they got
Yeah.
lawn Roombas. Why can't you have one of them for ball pickers? It's
Yeah.
big enough. Maybe it picks up like 150, 200 balls at a time, but also like just keeps sending that thing around.
Yeah, it can run all day, and you get a little solar charge on it, or it's got a charging station just like a Roomba.
It's got solar. Yeah, that's all you'd need.
You set a geofence like along the range,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it just goes back
Yep.
and
Yep.
forth.
Hell yeah.
I
That's
also
smart.
Also, I would love hitting that thing more.
Yeah, it's got
Because it's like there's no feelings hurt when until the machines take over. This thing will come after you, but there's no person that you're aiming at. You're aiming at a machine.
Yeah. Now the
Yeah.
other end of this too, what I had for what I don't think automation can take over for is greenskeepers. Now thinking about this thing and having the geofence set up, like, can this possibly take over for greenskeepers and people mowing fair, like the ground screw essentially?
Potentially.
You just tell it to adjust blade length when it gets within like a certain geofenced area.
I want the greenskeepers to keep their jobs.
I do too. I think they do a fantastic job. I mean, even like you could aerate a green in about 3 minutes with one of these things.
The machines, man.
I don't know.
This
Or
whole-
you even have like a remote, it's like a remote control. So like the guy, he can do the exact job that he wants to with a remote control.
Yeah. Think about that though. Like if it was completely automated, it could be done before we even get to the course in the morning. So then there's like first tee time is earlier.
It can do it overnight.
Yeah. You just have them running at night.
And they have GPSs in them in case someone wants to steal one.
Mm-hmm. You can also
Runs
have a
from like 2 to 5.
like most if
Tee
you
time is 6.
if you know anything about lawns, you know that you're supposed to water when it's dark so the sun doesn't burn off your water and your lawn actually gets hydrated.
Yep.
Do the same thing. You run your sprinklers at night, run your lawn service at night.
I do have a good hybrid one where you don't completely lose the human aspect, but it's better automated.
Hit me.
Like you could just put in your I want a whiskey 7 at hole 7 and hole 12 and hole 16.
Ooh, I like that ahead of the round.
It's
Like,
a
you can-
mobile bartender.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can schedule it ahead of the time. I like that. Like you're in the clubhouse and they're like, hey, when do you want drinks? I'm like, I want drinks here, 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 and here.
Or
You
they have drink kiosks.
Yes.
Like by the like they have pop machines by the bathroom. They have drink kiosks, maybe like at the turn.
Yeah. So
One spot.
my next automation is it's right on brand with Mitch's here. At the beginning of your round, you're in the clubhouse and you buy a special cup from the clubhouse. You rent it and it measures your drink. And as soon as you are about 1/3 left in your drink, BevCart knows to start making their way to you.
What if you're down bad on the course and you just start chugging?
Well, then they come running because they know the level of your cup. But think about how much easier that is for the BevCart. Like we don't have to do the awkward wave thing. And if you don't have the red or green towel to signal if you need a drink, they know if you need a drink.
And your credit card is already hooked up to the cup itself. You tie your credit card in with the cup. Once the cup's returned, your credit card gets wiped out of there.
It makes a tab
the
for
next
you with the
person.
same card you paid for the round with.
And then you can't forget your card at the clubhouse.
So like if you have automatic greenskeepers, you open the door for more bev carts. All these bev carts are linked and it's like a cop system, right? Like, this is cart number 4 to the group. I'm headed to the 6th tee box. Hell, that's a breakfast ball.